The fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. Fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. If you wanna be a coconut, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a banana. The fruit of the Spirit's not a banana. You wanna be a banana? You might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a watermelon. The fruit of the Spirit's not a watermelon. You wanna be a watermelon? You might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a lemon. The fruit of the Spirit's not a lemon. If you wanna be a lemon, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a cherry. The fruit of the Spirit's not a cherry. If you wanna be a cherry, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Okay, everybody knows that grapes come in bunches, so everybody get in big bunches. The fruit of the Spirit's not a grape. The fruit of the Spirit's not a grape. You wanna be a grape, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. The fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control.
Hey guys, welcome to Kids Space today. Hope you're ready for another exciting skit by No Budget Productions. Let's check out what's going on at the Somerset Fruit Stand today.
Welcome to Somerset Fruit Stand.
Hey, how you doing today?
It's you.
Yeah, I'm back, but not for watermelon this time. I give up on that.
Look, I'm not in the mood. Can we just skip the usual banner and get to the part where you leave and I give you a half-hearted goodbye?
The usual banter?
You know, like that other guy walks in, I tell him about my problems, and then he acts all interested in it, so whenever he wants to hear more about my problems, he starts bringing up this Jesus guy and how he can give me love, joy, peace, gentleness, whatever.
Gentleness.
Yeah, well, I'd rather not get into gentleness, okay? I'm having a crummy day, so could you just give me the cash and hit the bricks?
Sure, I don't want to make your day any worse.
You don't?
Why would I?
I don't know. That's just what people do. Someone talked to them like I just talked to you, and they were mean back to me.
See, I don't believe in that. I believe in kindness. I want to be kind to others, no matter how they treat me.
Why in the world would you want to do that?
Because kindness can be good for a person having a bad day. And kindness is the way that God always wanted me to respond.
You're starting to sound like the other guy. Look, I don't believe it, okay? Now here we are having another banter after I already told you I wasn't in the mood for it.
I didn't mean for that to happen either. But kindness is another fruit of the Spirit, and you know where they come from.
They certainly didn't come from aisle 5.
Well, I'm sorry you're having a rough day, but no matter what you say to me, I can only reply with kind words.
I guess I appreciate it. Don't tell anyone, though. I have a reputation to hold. But I do appreciate it.
Here you go for the cherries. Yeah, have a cherry for yourself.
No thanks, fruit of the Spirit gal. Now get out of here.
Okay, see you real soon.
Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life, the light of life, the light of life, the light of life. John 8:1, John 8:1, 2, John 8:12. Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life, the light of life, the light of life, the light of life. John 8:1, John 8:1, 2, John 8:12.
John 8:1, John 8:1, 2.
John 8:12. The light of life, the light of life, the light of life, the light of life. John 8:1, John 8:1, 2, John 8:12. John 8:1, John 8:1, 2, John 8:12.
Hey guys, welcome to Kids Space this weekend. Hope you guys are doing great. And fall break, it's just around the corner now. So I'm so excited. I hope you have a wonderful fall break and enjoy some time to relax and not have any schoolwork to do. So I hope you enjoy your week of fall break. Well, today we're getting into the fifth fruit of the Spirit. We've done love, joy, peace, patience, kindness. So let's head right on into kindness today. So, have you ever thought about, like, people say good morning all the time. We say hello. We ask how people are feeling. Banks, clerks give you lollipops. That's cool. The lady at the grocery store will give you a cookie at the bakery, right? We hold doors open for people. We wave at people through traffic or when somebody gives us a parking spot. And we wish people a nice day. We do those things because we're kind. We are showing kindness to those around us. Now, your parents, from the time you were just wee little people like preschoolers, your parents have been teaching you how to be kind. And they tell you to say please and thank you to those, like your grandparents when they give you something. You might even write a thank you note to someone who's given you a gift. We're taught to share. We're taught to be generous. We're taught to say hello. We're taught to be kind and considerate. Kindness is when we treat other people the way that we want to be treated as well. Kindness is trying to do something nice for someone else. It's kind of like you get a bowl of ice cream and then your mom's like, ooh, wait. And she puts some whipped cream on top and then the cherry. Kindness is like the cherry on top of the ice cream dessert. So today we're going to look at that. Kindness is kind of right in the middle of our fruits of the Spirit. There's 9 of them, and we're on the 5th one. So kindness falls right in the middle. Sometimes kindness gets overlooked a little bit, because everybody likes to talk about love and peace and patience and things like that. But kindness is a really important fruit of the Spirit for us. It's certainly easier to talk about than like self-control, which we'll get to at the end. But kindness is the one that we really need to pray about and we need to really work on too, because you know what? Sometimes, let's just be honest, it's just not easy to be kind. We might wake up kind of grumpy, or we might have had an argument with a friend, or maybe we got our feelings hurt. We're just not feeling real kind sometimes. So kindness takes a little bit of effort, and it takes a watchful eye to see opportunities, and we have to be willing to go that extra mile for someone sometimes. And we're going to look at someone from the Bible today, a familiar person to you all, King David. And if you will, if you'll flip your Bibles open to 2 Samuel chapter 9, I'm going to kind of skip around a little bit because it's kind of a long chapter to read. So we're just going to look at a few key verses from there. So follow along with me in 2 Samuel 9, and we're actually going to be looking at verse 1. And it says, David asked, "Is there anyone still left of the house of Saul to whom I can show kindness for Jonathan's sake?" Now there was a servant of Saul's household named Ziba. They called him to appear before David, and the king asked him, "Are you Ziba?" "Your servant," he replied. The king asked, "Is there no one still left of the house of King Saul in whom I can show God's kindness?" Ziba answered the king, "There is still a son of Jonathan. He is crippled in both feet." "Where is he?" the king asked. Ziba answered, "He is at the house of Machir, son of Ammiel, in Lodabar." So King David had him bring him from Lodabar, from the house of Machir, to him. So then we read on down, and says, when Mephibosheth, son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, came to David, he bowed down to pay him honor. David said, "Mephibosheth." "Your servant," he replied. "Don't be afraid." David said to him, "For I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. I will restore to you all the land that belonged to your grandfather, King Saul, and you will always eat at my table." So we see in this passage that before David was king, he was friends with Jonathan, Prince Jonathan. Jonathan was in line for the throne. He was King Saul's son. And King Saul fell away from God, and Jonathan was not going to become the new king of Israel. Jonathan knew that David was God's anointed one, that David would be the one to be on the throne instead of him. And Jonathan was okay with that because he knew God had a plan, and he knew that David was part of that plan. Well, King Saul sometimes would get very angry. And if you remember from some of our stories about David in the past, David played a harp. And so he would play a harp, and it would soothe King Saul. It would make him peaceful and at rest. Sometimes he would get very angry and intense, and once even threw a spear at David because he didn't want him to become the new king of Israel. Jonathan and David were best friends. They hit it off so well. And Jonathan would speak up on behalf of David, which also made his dad, King Saul, very angry at times. So one night there was a special feast that was going to happen. And Saul was wondering where David was. Jonathan had told him that it probably wasn't a safe time to be at the house, at the palace. So his dad had asked one other time, another night, "Where is David?" And Saul had made a comment, and Jonathan spoke up on behalf in good favor of David. And Saul got angry with his own son and threw a spear at him. So Jonathan knew that David needed to leave, or King Saul might try to kill him. So Jonathan had a plan. He had a young boy go out, and you know how they would shoot bows and arrows and do archery. So he was going to the field to do archery. And so he had this young boy, and he told David, who was hiding in the field behind a rock, he said, if the arrow goes past the rock, then you know that it is not safe for you to return to the palace. My dad will try to kill you, King Saul. So as he's out shooting the arrows, he flies an arrow out past the rock. He shot 3. Then he sent the boy on home. And that's when Jonathan and David said their last goodbye as friends. And it was very emotional. It was very hard. Jonathan was deeply distraught that his dad would try to even think of killing David. And so they hugged each other and they wept, and they made promises to one another. David promised that he would never let anything happen to Jonathan's family, his sons, that he would always be there to support them. And Jonathan likewise made the same promise to David, that they would always support and protect one another. Years down the road, after King Saul and Jonathan were killed in a battle, and David was the king of Israel, we read in this passage how he was asking, is there anyone still alive from the house of Saul that I can show favor to and kindness? He remembered his promise to Jonathan. And as we found out, Jonathan had a son named Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth, can you say that? Mephibosheth. It's kind of a tricky name, right? So Mephibosheth, as we found out, was crippled. And so he had him come and live at his palace and eat at his table. And not only that, he granted him the land that was his grandfather's, King Saul, so that he would have his own place to live and his own land and his own servants. But Mephibosheth always ate at the king's table. David wanted him to know he was family. So we see this awesome story of how David showed kindness to King Saul's grandson, even though King Saul was an enemy of David's. You know, kindness is one of the fruits that is sometimes hard to produce. And I think David shows us a great example of a time where it might have been hard to show kindness, but he did it anyway because he loved God and he knew that that's what God would want him to do. Now, sharing does not come naturally to us. Giving is not always a natural thing for us. Being polite or helpful is not always natural for us. Our natural ways is to kind of look out for ourselves. We want the world to revolve around us at times. Kindness definitely takes some effort. It means putting ourselves last and looking to the best interest of someone else. It means seeing and looking for the opportunity to do good for somebody. Kindness also means that we don't judge. We act kind to everyone. We are kind to those who love us and kind to those who also dislike us. We repay kindness with more kindness, and we repay mean words or hateful actions and other unkind acts with, kindness. By showing kindness to those who are unkind, we can be a witness for Jesus. We can show them and anyone watching that Jesus loves everyone. We can spread the love of Jesus through the acts of kindness. So let's ask God to give us a heart that is full of kindness so that we can have God's love shown through our actions. So this week, who will you be kind to? Maybe it's your family, maybe it's a friend down the street. Who can you show kindness to? And how will you show kindness? Will you leave a note on your dad's pillow saying thanks for, playing ball with me in the backyard? Or will you send a note to your grandparents to let them know that you're thinking of them? How can you show kindness this week? Will you help your mom put the dishes away? Think of ways that you can show kindness, because when we love God, it shows in the things that we do, not just the things that we say. Well, I hope you will look for ways to be kind, and I will too. And I've actually tried to practice a little kindness this week by helping someone with some things. So I hope that you will look for ways that you can help somebody this week. All right, love you, and let's check out some shenanigans.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me, his grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. I'm a child of God, yes I am.
Hey guys, welcome to our fruit snack shenanigan today. We're going to do a minute to win it. We're going to see who can eat the most fruit snacks the fastest in a minute. All right, are you ready, Colton?
I'll just say my stomach is hungry right now.
Yeah, he's had a hard day of school. His appetite is rearing, but I love fruit snacks, and I never get fruit snacks. So this is going to be a real treat for me to have fruit snacks today. All right, I'm going to set the timer for 1 minute. Nora, are you ready to film this wonderful moment in Northside history?
Yes.
All right, this is definitely going to be a crowning moment, right?
Mhm,
Yeah. Are you ready for this?
Of course I am.
You're not going to cry if I win?
I'll cry a little bit. All right.
Okay. I won't cry, I promise. I'll be happy for you.
All right,
I'll
all
show you
right.
kindness. I might even give you an extra package of fruit snacks when we're done. All right, and if you like fruit snacks, guess what? I have some for you too. Be on the lookout for fruit snacks. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. And we're off. Got one. Two. These are really chewy.
This camera's gonna be shaking so hard I'm laughing.
3.
I'm not able to swallow any of them.
4.
For any of you who hate chewing sounds, you're gonna hate this.
They all kind of taste the same. We're
Yeah.
24 seconds. This is harder than it looks.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds remaining.
I'll suck my teeth.
Oh.
Damn time.
That was the weirdest
Gotcha.
challenge I've ever done.
Oh my gosh. They're all stuck in my teeth. Those are really good though. And they kind of taste the same, but they kind of don't. How many do you have left? We had 27 to start with.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
14, 16, 18, 20. I have 21 left. Colton is clearly the winner. You go, and you can enjoy the rest of your fruit snacks.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, guys. Well, we're wrapping up here today. Hope you enjoyed the fruit snack shenanigan there, minute to win it. But I want to tell you about something I'm going to be getting to you all this weekend is this Acts of Kindness poster. So you'll have this poster to fill out. And what I'd like to do is, take your time, do it whenever it's convenient for you. But fill out your little poster. If you have trouble writing, get your parents to help you write. Color it in, have fun with it. But then show me a picture on our group Facebook page of you with your poster. And maybe tell me one thing that you're going to do to be kind. And then I'm going to enter your name in a drawing for a fun game. So fill out your little poster, take a picture, make a little video, and tell me what one of the things you're going to do on here is going to be. And then you'll be entered in for a little drawing. So we're going to wrap up with another Stuck at Home episode. And it's a science experiment. I think you'll enjoy it. See you next time.
Hi friends! Have you been stuck inside for a long time? Maybe you can't go to school or church right now. Maybe you can't go to the store or your friend's house or even the park. Now, I don't know about you, but after being stuck inside for so long, I'm getting really bored. But guess what? There's a lot of fun things to do as a family right inside your house. So come on, let's do something fun. Now put on your smarty pants because today we're going to do a science experiment. Don't worry, it's not messy. In fact, it even involves soap, so you'll get a bonus hand washing in. Here's what you'll need. A shallow dish, some milk, whole milk or 2% works best, some dishwashing detergent, some food coloring, and some cotton swabs. Now let's get sciencey. First, carefully pour the milk into the shallow dish. Next, take some food coloring, it can be whatever color you want, and put in a few drops around the milk. I'm going to use red, yellow, green, and blue. It works best if you add a few drops of each color. Now here's the fun part. Pick up one of your cotton swabs and dip it into the dish soap. You don't need very much of it. Then, take your cotton swab and touch the food coloring. Whoa! Isn't that amazing? Let's do it again. Because of the soap, the milk separates and creates this awesome, colorful explosion. Play around with it as much as you want. In the book of Matthew, Jesus says, "You are the light of the world. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." When you are kind and say nice things, other people see it. Your kindness spreads. Your kind actions and love for Jesus are like a light shining through you that spreads throughout the world. And right now, the world could use a little more light. So let's be nice and show our love for God to the world.